4D Piggy Bank Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to be showing you a 4-dimensional piggy bank. So it's a little piggy bank and I made three little coins, but you can make however many you like, that are just out of gold acrylic, and you can put the coins in the little coin slot in the top of the bank, and then once you have it and you want to get your coins back out, the piggy bank opens up and you can take the coins out. I thoroughly enjoyed making this. I have always really loved piggy banks. I have one in my room on my floor that's, I think is about 2 feet tall, that used to be my grandfather's. And I have another piggy bank that's, well, it's a bank, it's not a piggy, but it's a bank that is a horse that my grandfather painted in, like, I don't know, 1956, I think. Anyway, I love piggy banks. They hold a very special place in my heart, so I hope you guys enjoy this nail as much as I do. One of my first designs, nail art designs that I did so long ago for my channel was a piggy bank. I actually am not even sure if the video is still on YouTube anymore, but if it is, I'll put a link to it in the description box below if you are looking for a good laugh, probably, because I haven't checked it out recently. I'm sure it's not the greatest because it is very, very old. But I hope you guys like this video, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. So to begin with, to go with the whole piggy bank money sort of thing, I wanted the background to be green. So I started with a really minty green. I didn't want it to be like a dollar green, but it's kind of a light minty green. Plus that'll contrast and look really good with the pink of the piggy. So start it with just that nice layer of green acrylic, and then after you have that in place, go ahead and encase the entire thing with a layer of clear. It is really important to always encase your nails with a layer of clear because that is going to be where all of your strength comes into play. So just make sure that you have that nice layer of clear and really build up your apex. That's something that this particular nail tip that I'm using doesn't do a very good job of. Some of them kind of promote an apex and some of them really discourage them, and this is the kind of nail tip that discourages it, so I have to kind of make sure I get the apex in there. And then file the nail into shape. I started with a coarse bit, and then I'm using a much finer bit just to make sure that the surface texture is really, really, really smooth. So now I took a little ball of poster putty and I rolled it so it's nice and round, and then I wrapped it tightly with some plastic wrap. Poster putty works, polymer clay works, air dry clay, anything, but it needs to be something that you can roll into the ball and will hold its shape while you're working on it. So I use poster putty because that's what I just have on hand. And then I'm going to take, and you're going to want to pretty much cover half of your little circular oval with some pink acrylic. So just take your bead of acrylic and just sort of set it in the middle and then press it out, kind of going around in a circle, and just kind of work it until it's got the nice shape that you're going for. After that has set 100%, you're going to need to open up the plastic wrap, and then I like to use the tweezers to help me pull out the poster putty, and then you can get rid of the plastic wrap. And as you can see, I kind of tried to sculpt in a nice curve so it fits with the C curve of the nail, but you do probably need to perfect it a little bit. The edges are a little rough, so I'm going to take an E-file and just kind of not on a super high speed because you don't want to take off too much acrylic at a time, but just kind of slowly carve away little bits around the edge. You really want a nice flush seal to the nail because you don't want your little coins to fall out. So you want to make sure that there's no huge gaps. So just kind of be very conscientious that the C-curve on your little piggy bank matches the C-curve that will be on the nail. And then on the bottom side of your piggy bank, or on the little bank that you have so far, you need to carve a little hole that's about the same size as a bead. So find a nice bead that's pink, preferably, and then just kind of make a hole because that's going to be how you are doing your hinge. And then on the top side of the piggy bank, you're going to need to carve out the little slot for your coins to go in. So now grab your bead again, put it on a tiny piece of a pretty fine wire, and just kind of set the bead into that hole. Now you will need to bend your wire so it has a slight curve in it, so it kind of matches the curve of the inside of the bank. And it's kind of finicky to mess around with this wire bead situation. As you can see, I keep dropping things. That's just sometimes how life goes. And if you want, you can try to glue that wire in place. So just take a little bit of glue and have little bits on either side, but keep working with it. Try to use different tools to get, once you have it so it's set in place and the bead is in the middle of that hole and the wire is on either side of the hole on the piggy bank, secure them down with either nail glue or some of the pink acrylic. After that's set and that's all done, then you have your hinge made. Yay, woo! Figure out where the edge of the bank is on there, and make 2 little marks on the nail. This is where you're going to put your magnets that hold it closed when you don't want it opened up and get the coins out, so it's going to keep it shut. And then just kind of create 2 little crevices in the nail that are magnet sized. Put some nail glue in there and glue your magnets down. Do one, wipe off the extra nail glue, and then do the other one. try to keep it so that you, like, as you can see, I put my thumb over the magnet that I glue down first because that'll prevent it from falling off or from connecting to each other. It won't pull it out of the other hole. Magnets and glue, this whole process, it takes some work. It takes some practice. But then put 2 new magnets on top of the ones that are in the nail, and then put some glue on those and glue them to, so you put the magnets down, you put glue on the magnets, and you put the piggy bank over the magnets so that they'll get glued down. After the glue is set, you can pull them off. The magnet should stay on the inside of the piggy bank, and you can secure them with some clear or pink acrylic, either way. And then you can put that back on the nail, and the magnets will hold it in the right spot, and you can secure the bead of the hinge to the nail. So the bead is attached to the nail and the wire is attached to the bank. So that keeps it so that it can open up. And then on the nail form backing, you're going to need to sculpt 2 little triangles for his ears. And I say 2 because I made 2, but I actually only used 1 because I decided that really only 1 ear is what fit. But I did make 2. You can make 2 or 1, whatever happens. And then so on your bank, again, you're going to need to do all the details of your piggy because currently he was just a circle. So you need to add snout, tail, feet, and ear. Those are the little details on there. So I started out with his snout, and that's just a nice oval on the front of the face. And then add the tail, so place down your bead of pink acrylic, and then with a silicone tool, preferably a pointy shaped one, you can kind of play around with the acrylic and make it into a nice little curly Q and make that nice curly iconic piggy bank tail. And then add 2 little feet on the bottom of the bank. Pick up one of those ears that you made on the nail form backing and set it down so that it kind of sticks up on the side of the bank, right where the ear should go. And then if you probably should secure that down with some more of the pink acrylic so it's not just attached with glue. With black paint, you're going to need to add the little piggy's eyes. And then with pink, I added the 2 little spots for the nostrils, some pink in the ear, and then just a couple little outlines, like I added a smile and then some little outlining on the feet just to kind of separate them. This pink that I'm using is ever so slightly darker than the pink of the nail. You don't want it to be like a really intense difference. I also added a little bit of a shadow on the nostrils just to kind of make those a little bit more noticeable. And then a little white dot in each eye, and then a couple white highlights on the bank. Since he is shiny, he has some white highlights on him. And I didn't want to actually put gel sealer on him to make him shiny. I actually used matte top coat, which I'm applying right now. But I want to give the illusion of it being shiny by adding a couple of those little white reflection lines. Then I'm going to be attaching or gluing down 3 gold rhinestones down the center of the nail. So the largest one's off the cuticle, and they get smaller as they go down, which kind of makes it look like it's money sort of dropping into the bank. And then apply gel sealer over the top of the entire mint green background. So open up the bank so that you can get into the inside as well. On a nail form backing, you're going to need to sculpt 3 gold coins, or like I said in the intro, as many as you'd like. I made 3. It just seems like the number that makes sense. However, I have since lost one of them because I dropped, I was showing you how to drop things. So I lost one of them. They're really small. So just keep that in mind. So just put down the 3 little gold circles of acrylic. And then after those are set and you can take them off, you're going to want to paint the little dollar signs on them. Do this on both sides. I just showed painting the dollar sign on one side because you know what I'm doing. You can obviously do it on the other side as well. Paint simple little dollar signs, apply a layer of matte top coat, and then this is all done. Like I said before, I absolutely love this design. This isn't my first piggy bank design because I kind of keep coming back to them. I think they're just so cute. And then I'm going to you can do this with your fingers. You can stick the coins into the bank with your fingers, but just for video's sake, so my fingers aren't in the way, I used a tweezers, but it works either way. Then the bank just opens up and there are your coins. It's so much fun. I hope you guys get as much of a kick out of this as I do, and please share any recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!